So my youngest daughter is a free spirit. And I use that phrase kind of loosely, right? She's a free spirit. My daughter takes after me. She's very independent. She's very stubborn. And she's very determined. And I'm often telling my daughter, I'm like, you know why you're in trouble right now, right? Because she's always getting fussed at for not doing what she was asked to do, or for, when her mom tells her to clean her room, she really only kind of moves a few things around and then calls it done. Whatever. Stuff typical kids do, right? But I tell my daughter all the time, I says, the reason why you're in trouble is because you do what you want to do instead of what you know you should do and what you've been asked to do, right? And as I started thinking about that, I thought, that's what we as adults do. We do it all the time. In fact, this is a trend that starts when you're this big and just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I think it becomes more pronounced even in adults. And this kind of tags on to what we were talking about last night of taking the high road, doing the hard thing now so life is easier later as opposed to doing the easy thing now, which makes your life much harder down the road, right? But sometimes I think we, as individuals, we do what we want to do instead of what we know we should do. So if the object is to get in better shape, for example, you should be working out, but what you really want to do is just kind of sit on the couch, right? Well, guess what we do? We sit on the couch, And I will tell you that mastery of self-discipline is probably one of the strongest characteristics of successful people. If you interview people like Branson and Trump and all these people, and you ask them, what is the difference? They'll tell you that it's that they do daily, not necessarily what they want to do, but what they know they should do. And that's what average people won't do. And so you've heard it phrased several other ways, right? You've probably heard if you want to have what most people can't have, then you need to be willing to do what most people won't do. If you want to be above average, you need to do more than what average people do. We've heard these things, and we know they're true. We know that they just make sense. But the real basis behind that is simply this. Do what you know you should do instead of what feels good in the moment or what you really kind of want to do. And what you'll find is things will be much, much easier for you in the long run. You'll achieve the success you want. You'll achieve the health you want. You'll achieve the relationships you want. All of those things will come together because you did what you should do, not what you wanted to do. But just so you know, this isn't a defect that you and I developed somewhere along, as adults, right? We suddenly developed these habits. No. This has been inherent in us since we were children, right? We did what we wanted to do instead of what we should have done, and we got in trouble for it, and that's what kids do. And my daughter, God bless her, has given me this lesson and allowed me to internalize this and recognize this in my own life, that sometimes I do what I want to do, not what I know I should do. And so I'll tell you that taking the high road when it comes to your health, when it comes to your opportunities, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your relationships, doing the things you know you should do instead of just what you feel like doing will pave the road for massive success going forward. So we'll call this a continuation of yesterday with a nice little real-life anecdote mixed in, and we'll call this taking the high road. So as you go into tomorrow, take the high road. Do the things you know you should do in the direction of your goals. There was a story of a man walking through Greece, and he came upon an old man. The old man was rumored to be Socrates. And he told the old man, he asked the old man, he says, how do you get to Mount Olympus? And Socrates looked at him and he said, if you really want to get to Mount Olympus, just make sure that every step you take is in that direction. So as you go into the marketplace, as you go into your relationships, as you go into your career or your job or your opportunity or your business today, make sure that every step you take is in the direction of your goals, doing what you should do instead of what you feel like doing. And then go out there and make it a great day.